Good morning. I'm asked all over the place several times and in the strangest places why I do scouting. And not just because my son's in it, but I'm telling you, it's the most fun you'll ever have. They laugh at me nonstop because I don't understand anything electronic. You know, they play their video games and they're, Mr. Taylor, you want to play? Sure. In less than a second, I'm out. You know, if my phone does something, I don't know what it's doing, I have to stop one of them. Hey, man, what is this? You know, Mr. Taylor, come on. Okay, here you go. You know, but at the same time, they crack me up because, you know, at 16 to 18 years old, they got it all figured out. They know everything. You can't tell them nothing. But you hand one a pair of post hole diggers, they are lost. Me and my dad had a project at TEOC. We were going to put in some of those, you know, benches like you see in state parks with the post with the board on top. And we had quite a few holes to dig, so I tricked old Dad into helping me. We took the tractor and put the auger on the back and headed out to TEOC. When we got there, I told the guy in charge, I said, I need a couple of boys to help us. As we drilled the holes, they were going to get the dirt out of the hole. I had two pair of post hole diggers there. Stuck them in the ground. Me and Dad went to work, and I got about halfway done. I told Dad, I said, I'm going to go back and get them started. I'd already spray painted the dots on the ground where the posts needed to go, and I said, stay here. And I went back over there and I told him, I said, all right, we're going to get these post hole diggers. We're going to set the post, and I want you to tamp from the bottom up. They looked at them post hole diggers, and they tried to figure out what tamp from the bottom up meant. I might as well say, we're going to launch a rocket and hit Mars today. My dad was sitting on a tractor about 20 feet from us, and the first boy grabbed that post hole digger, and he jerked it out of the ground like that, and that handle fell forward, caught him between the eyes. I thought my dad was going to laugh so hard he'd fall off that tractor. I had to tell him, Dad, you hurt their feelings. But, you know, like I said, it is so much fun we have together. And I love teaching these boys skills that I know, that they don't know. And I'm not math, I'm not a reading teacher, and I can't do that. But I can work with my hands. And that's what we work a lot together, how to lay out a fence row, how to put a post in the ground, how to hammer nails, you know, how not to use a square-pointed shovel to dig a hole. But the other thing is, I keep trying to teach is there is a plan for you. God has a plan, and He is giving you the ability. He is giving you the skills every day to do what He's got in store for you. That y'all just need to see your potential. Me, Quinn, Mr. Freddie, we see the potential. We want them to see the potential. Don't be scared to make a mistake. It's okay. So, you know, as I explained to them their potential, I look for ways to explain, you know, what is potential. Now, the greatest definition I've ever heard of potential came from a football coach I had. Back when I lived in Arkansas, I was a freshman in high school. His name was Coach Caldwell. Coach Caldwell was the offensive line coach, and he was a huge mountain of a man. He looked like somebody took a pair of those spandex bike shorts that all coaches used to wear and shoved them on a grizzly bear. He would wear those knee-high white socks with the blue rings, blue spandex shorts, white 3-button spandex shirt with a collar, and chewed a whole bag of tobacco at one time. And when he talked, he seemed to spit a lot, so, you know. Now, his favorite thing to do is when you weren't paying attention, he'd call your name and would throw it, and of course you instinctively, you don't not pay attention one time. So one day we come out for practice, and he wanted to, take a look at the quarterback. So he called all the centers and all the quarterbacks over, and wanted quarterbacks to take a few snaps and kind of get a look at what he had. And started off with the seniors and juniors and sophomores, and then the freshmen. So I got down and snapped a few times to my buddy James Tracy, and Coach was his name. Walked up, patted us on the back, and then patted me on the back, and he said, "Taylor," and I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "You have all the potential in the world to be a great football player." I said, "Thank you, Coach." He walks off. Coach Caldwell comes by, puts his arm around me, big old ham hock he had. He said, "Taylor?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Do you know what it means to have the potential?" Being smart, I said, "No." He said, "Well, that means you ain't worth a cup of soup now." Except for he didn't say cup of soup, but So, my job and the job of these other men that run this organization is to help these boys understand where they're going from where they are. And the other day, one of my dad's old football coaches, way back in the day, came out. I got a phone call. I was at work, and Dad called me up and said, "Hey, I need you to come by the house. We got some cows we need to load. Guy's here to buy some heifers. I want you to meet him." I said, "Okay." So I come home, and I'm always ready to cowboy up. So Dad said, "This is my old football coach." Shook his hand. "Coach Roan, how you doing?" And this is my son. And, he said, "We're going to load these heifers up." I said, "Okay." Jumped over in the pen, loaded them on the trailer, slammed the door. He jumped in the truck, left. I said, "Well, Dad," I said, "if that had been my football coach, he'd have paid an extra $100 a head, and he'd have got a lap around that field before I ever gave them. I put them cows on that trailer." But God had a plan for that dove on that boat. Now, Noah knew the potential of that dove, but I can firmly see, if I'm on that boat, I'm looking at that dove that'll fit in the palm of my hand. And God says, "I need you to send out somebody to see if if everything's okay." I'm looking there and I'll say, "Dove? We got that big old eagle right there." "Nope, I want that dove to go." I mean, look at that. "What about that buzzard? Man, that thing can soar for hours." "No, send the dove." "Falcon?" "No, dove." So what does Noah do? He does what I would do, send a raven. And just to prove God's point, raven didn't come back. Then he sends out the dove. The dove comes back empty-handed. Probably a poor little bird, defeated, tired, wore out, feeling bad. But Noah doesn't scold the dove. Noah doesn't put blame on the dove. Noah feeds the dove, waters the dove, gives the dove rest. After the dove has time to rest, Noah sends him out a second time. Dove comes back with the good news. The promise has been fulfilled. There's land. Noah feeds him, waters him, rests him, sends him out a third time. Now the dove doesn't come back. I like to think that the dove went off, built a house, made a family, started his life. That's what I hope for these boys when I look at their potential. I'll help them. We make mistakes. We burn stuff we're trying to eat. We don't always get tense up before the rain starts, but that's okay. We feed them, we teach them, and we're going to send them out in this world. Now, me and the men, we are with the boys sleeping on the ground a lot. But we're just a hand in the situation. It's this church that supports us, that allows us to go on these campouts, that helps pay for our food, our gas, loans us the van. And we just want to really say we appreciate that and all that this church has done for us. And we hope we make you proud. Thank you.